Hey everybody, this is Paige and I have the Ginger Friend die set. So it comes with this 2x2 die and plus a loose Ginger Friend, and you can put this friend on top to make it on the grid, or you can put it loose somewhere else on your layout. And it also comes with these little accessories to decorate your Ginger Friends. So this set has a lot of little pieces you can have fun with. Now that you have been introduced to dies, let's get started. Alright, you will of course need a die machine. This is the Sizzix Big Shot. So I have my 2x2 Ginger Friend here, and I'm going to cut it through the machine. I do have the die in at an angle. We find that placing the dies in at an angle distributes the pressure of the machine better, and therefore you get a better cut than if you were to cut the die straight through. Now, some of the little pieces might get stuck, so I do recommend using sharp tweezers to get those tiny little pieces out. There's the eyes, the cheeks, and the little button areas, and also the little icing swirls. I'm not sure you call them, the little icing pieces. Now I'm going to cut the loose Ginger Friend, and the difference is this one it doesn't have the little icing pieces or the buttons, and it has stitching all around the edges. So if you kind of want that handmade look to your Christmas layout, this is a good one to go with. And both of them you can obviously decorate with the little accessories. So I have my two pieces here, and so I'm showing you the difference. The buttons with the icing, and this one mainly just has the little stitches on the edges. So that's the difference between the two. And again, you can stack the stitched one on top to fit on the grid, or again, use it loose on your layout. So it doesn't have to be lined up with the grid. Now I am cutting the little accessory pieces. I'm cutting them with the red cardstock. And they're so tiny, so you can really cut them through at the same time. The same thing with the Ginger Friends. Really, you could have two pieces of cardstock and roll them at the same time. That's what's nice about using the smaller dies. And if you need, you can use your tweezers to poke them out, because sometimes they do get stuck in the die. And there is quite a few little pieces, and I'm going to go over them in a few minutes. Alright, to place the Ginger Friends on your grid paper, first you'll need a background piece. This was cut with the 2x2 square die from Basic Set A. And I just use white cardstock to cut these square pieces. And then I'm going to use my Herma Re-positionable glue to glue the back of my Ginger Friend here. So I place the glue in the corner and some around the edges and in the center where the ginger person is, because you can make it a boy or a girl. So I'm just going to call them ginger people and ginger friends. Alright, so next you can easily glue it on your background piece. So that's really nice. It's very quick and easy to get everything set up and glued down. Alright, and next I have my other little ginger friend here, and again, you can stick them in a space like this where it's on the grid, or I could place that ginger person somewhere else. It doesn't have to be aligned with the grid paper. Alright, next I'm just going to show you all the little accessory pieces. Right now I have the little icing swirls, and you can stick it into the one with the icing cut out of it, or on the stitched one. I can place it on that one too. So it's a very fun way to decorate your little ginger friends. And I have the shorter pieces here too. And the little swirls, if you're using this ginger person, the swirl, or I don't know what to call them, the swirls, curls, I'm not sure. But they do fit in a certain way, so make sure you pay attention to the direction they're going into. There's also a little bow to make it a boy or a girl. So I'll place it over there so you can see. And there's a scarf I really love the scarf. It fits into the wintry theme. There's also this little hat, which is really adorable. You could put it straight on their head or put it on the side to make them look cool, I guess. So there's a lot of neat things you can do here. There's also this heart. You can have it in their hand. You can also place the heart in the middle, on their chest, near their stomach. So it's really nice to have the big heart piece. That would be cute on the grid cards too. The little loose gingerbread with the heart to send to a loved one for Christmas. So this set also comes with a semicircle piece, and I'm sorry it looks a bit blurry. Hopefully you'll see it when I put it on the ginger person, but it looks like a half circle. You may be wondering what it's for, but what it is, it's his mouth. So if you didn't like the stitch mouth alone, you can put it on there and it looks like he's smiling and it's so cute. I like the little mouth. And there's also a tiny heart, so you can use it on the chest on the side there or use it as in the place of a button. So the little heart is also really cute. And the last little piece is the buttons, and you definitely want to use tweezers when you use these. They're very tiny. You can place them in the holes on the one ginger person and fill them up with different color buttons, and you can place it on the other ginger friend just on top of that die. So be sure to be careful with those little buttons because they're very tiny. Anyway, so I'm just going to place the second one here so you can play around with the buttons however you want. So now that I've shown you how the accessories work, I'm going to finish my layout. So I'm just going to fill in the other two squares with other ginger friends. And I decided to just use the 2x2 dies in those spots as well. Again, I don't have to have... I could use the loose ginger friend and those spots too without having that edging around it. But I do want to show the other ginger friend. So what you can do is place it on top. So that is another way you can use it, and you just line it up with the ginger friend below it. So make sure the eyes and the two cheek areas can be shown. And of course, you can place the little friend on any part of the page that you would like as well. Doesn't have to line up with the grid lines as I mentioned earlier. And now I'm going to add the little accessories. So this is a fun time to play around. And I'm showing it in red, but I did cut these little pieces with other cardstock colors as well. So first I'm going to put on the little mouth. I wanted one of these friends to really show that they're happy. And there's also this little heart. I think I'm going to place it over here. I've seen little teddy bears with little hearts on the corner like that, and that's kind of what it reminds me of. Next, I'm going to put on a scarf. And by the way, I used the Xyron Create a Sticker machine for these little pieces that I'm showing so far. I really love that machine. I know I probably talk about it all the time, but it's my favorite for gluing down tiny pieces. So I have scarf on one. I'm trying to give them a variety. And I have the little hat here. I'm kind of deciding on what to do with it. And you can see I cut it with green cardstock instead of red. So that's what's nice about the accessories is you can use any color cardstock or pattern paper you would like, and you can mix and match with the colors. It's really fun. This might be a good one to do with kids. You can have the kids choose the accessories they want, and then it's kind of like a personalized ginger friend for your layout. All right, this gave the one in the middle a green scarf as well, and I think I'm going to switch the hats because I want them to be a little more colorful, not just have one color accessory. Just trying to decide the best place to place it on their head. Yeah, so just take your time, and again, highly recommend using tweezers. It's easier to pick up the little pieces and grab them. And you want to get it on there just Right. And this one's going to be the cool ginger person with the hat on the side of the head. All right, now I'm going to grab my glue. I found it was easier to, because the buttons are so small, it's actually kind of hard to get them through the Xyron machine. And so adding a dab of glue directly on the ginger friend is much easier. So I just put that button right where the hole was. And on this other one, I'm just going to put a couple little dabs right on the ginger friend and place the little buttons on top. So again, be careful. They are very, very tiny. So I have a little green button here. It's easy for these little dies to get lost, so make sure you don't lose them. All right, I'm going to add some of these little icing pieces to one of them. And if you're lucky and they stay stuck on the piece of cardstock you cut it with, and you can just keep them together and add the glue right on the back, which is what I did with the Herma Dotto. So if that didn't happen, you can, of course, just use glue. They're very, very small and thin pieces, so they might be a little bit hard to get the Herma Dotto glue on separately. Of course, that also might be long enough to easily stick into the Xyron Creative Sticker machine as well. But I just saw that they were stuck together on my piece of cardstock and figured I could just roll the Herma Dotto on it, and that made it so much easier. All right, I'm just figuring out where to place the little icing pieces. I knew this ginger friend needed a little more accessories than just the scarf. All right, I'm actually all finished with my ginger friends here. So I'm just going to give you a quick close-up. So here's the one with the scarf and the stitching in the middle. And then at the end, you see the one with the tiny little heart, and it's very adorable. I love my little ginger friends. So this is the completed layout, and we have reached the end of today's demo. If you enjoyed learning about the Ginger Friends die set, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I think if you really love, first of all, making Christmas layouts, I think anyone who has a lot of Christmas photos will really like these dies. But they're also great for cards to send to your friends, and you have the one that'll fit on the grid and the other loose one, so you have a lot of variety with these dies. You can accessorize as little or as much as you want and play with different colors. I think kids would like to decorate them too. So this is a really fun set to play around with. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's demo, and I hope you enjoy scrapping at home. And I'll see you next time.